Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be planting some turmeric. I went to the store and saw quite a few of them and they have little buds on them, so I'm going to be planting them. This is my first time planting turmeric. In this container here I have my ginger that I planted for the first time last week, and I can see one starting to grow there. I have about 3 pieces in here, but at least one is starting to grow. So now I'm going to be planting my turmeric in this container. Now I'd rather have something like this than this to plant in, because these plants spread sideways rather than growing deep down into the soil, and that is because they are not really roots, they're rhizomes. So I'm going to be planting my turmeric in this container. In this green container I have some soil. So I'm just going to be putting it in here. I'm going to leave just a little bit back in the container to be used to cover this thing. Then I'm going to wet this down. Now, ginger and turmeric, from my experience growing up on it as a child, there was a spring close by to where my husband lived, and that spring had ginger growing right by the side of the spring. So I know that ginger and turmeric love water, and the property that we lived on when we first moved to the country also had turmeric growing in there, and there was a standpipe right beside our property. So definitely it means that these rhizomes love water. So when you plant them, you have to make sure that your soil stays wet, and you want to make sure also that your soil is loose. I feel like I am needing a flower. It certainly is a very brown flower. Okay, so I've moistened all of the soil, and I'm going to plant it with the buds that are on it, either pointing upward to the sides. I have buds on opposite sides, so I won't point one bud up and one down. I'll just turn it sideways. And I'm going to be planting them with a little space in between them. So maybe I'm just going to put 3 or 4 in this container. I'll go for 4. And then I'll put some more in a different container, because they're going to need space to spread out. As I mentioned before, they don't really grow down. Don't want to bury them too much. I'm just gonna sprinkle just maybe a 1/4 inch of soil over them. And just dampen it down a bit again. Like I mentioned before, it's my first attempt planting anything in the ginger family, so I will be doing all I can to make sure that it is a success, and I will give you an update on how it is going. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. You can share it with your friends. Click on the subscribe button if you haven't yet done so, and turn on your notification bell so that you can see more projects like these. That's it for now. I hope you have yourself a wonderful evening.